We are live.
Oh no! We're live! We're A-live!
We're A-live. You're still here.
We are here!
We are here, we are here, we are here.
Yeah, girl.
Sarah, how is Texas?
It was alright. The part of the Texas that I visited was doing alright.
Was there
It
part
was
that's not doing alright?
I don't know. I mean, just trying to stay home with my mom so I didn't get the coronavirus while visiting Texas.
Good times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Texas
the coronavirus is a thing.
Yeah, I mean, especially in Texas right now, they're still going like way up, I think. But
yeah, we had 100,000 cases in the country today.
Woo! We did it.
We're number one.
All right, I am.
but at least the county
We're
that I
the
was
best. We got the most numbers.
At least the county that I was in is one of the lesser numbers.
Sarah,
in
what's going
Texas. I don't know.
What's going on here?
I might.
Did your booty grow since you left?
Did my what?
Your booty grow.
I don't know.
Yeah, have you made any more money?
Well, it's just that there's this microphone here.
Oh, that microphone's the badonkadonk. No.
And there's all these cables.
This is how I welcome Sarah back. I destroyed our apartment.
Good bet.
I'm not sure she was surprised.
Your booty got bigger. My booty got bigger. I've been stress eating.
Hi, everybody in the chat.
I've been eating Taco Bell because they're next door to us now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm so jealous.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, it's just
It's-
down the
it
street.
honestly-
And I honestly, like, I was driving past it because that's the way I was going to put in my ballot. And I saw it, and I'm like, oh, I better tell Jeffrey. And then I'm like, should I?
And I loved how after I told her, I'm like, Sarah, there's apparently a Taco Bell. She's like, oh yeah.
I saw that, and I meant to tell you about it.
I forgot. It just slipped my mind. And I'm like, I know why she forgot. Like we're paleo. That was
Like, he
you who
literally-
said
he's-
that you're jealous, right?
He sent me a
Yeah.
photo of all of the sauces that he got at Taco Bell.
They gave me a full bag. I fell in love. I was like, you are my new restaurant every day. So after this podcast, Taco Bell.
Well, shall we
This podcast is not yet sponsored by Taco Bell.
kick off?
Yeah, let's
give 'em time.
kick. Let's kick and scream, baby. What?
I mean, Sarah, if it makes you feel any better, the entire state of Texas this last week only had 4 times as many cases as LA County itself.
Yeah.
That should
During
make
the
you
same
feel
period.
real good. Maybe you should.
Welcome back to California.
Yeah. Well, with that, we say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. It is November 4th, 2020. It's been a quiet week, so we're going to have a podcast. Because, not much going on in the world as of late. So
what are we going to talk about then?
we're going to talk about good stuff. Like, I don't know what, but we're going to talk about good stuff. Ooh, Sarah's got a list here. Yeah, we're going to talk about stuff. For anyone that's new to this good old ding-dang podcast, we like to kick things off with food posts. So if you haven't already, go ahead and let us know what you're eating during the podcast or maybe what you already ate. We like to see pictures. You can send it to us on Twitter, #SPPFoods, and we like that. But before we get into our foods, let's introduce who we have here. Oh, did you just... Wait a minute. Did you do something? New audio device detected when
Maybe
you
I
turn.
knocked it out.
Sarah turned on the fan, and Discord's like, "We have detected a new audio
You
device."
did glitch out a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it sounded like something was plugged in and plugged back in.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a
knocked the
USB
computer.
fan.
No, I knocked the computer a little bit. It's very sensitive.
Oh no! Do we sound okay now?
Oh, we hear you. We hear you now. Yeah.
You're good now.
This is the most sensitive computer.
Yeah. There was an earthquake once when we were recording Until Dawn. But unfortunately, like,
Yeah.
for whatever reason...
You were
on the-
recording until 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Keep a production schedule.
the video game Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think it came up really on the final video, but like on the VLC like media, it like definitely was glitching out, which was weird when I pulled it into Vegas and it was fine. And I was like, huh, that's weird.
Yeah, and which bums me out because if we ever have a like it was a little earthquake.
Yeah.
If we ever have a legit earthquake, I'm upset that this computer is not going to be able to record it properly, so you can see us being like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, let's introduce people. Good to have PanamaMatt joining us here today.
When the big earthquake hits, I'm grabbing my cell phone. That's at least reliable.
Yeah.
And I'm grabbing it as I sprint out the door.
That's what I filmed our earthquake.
Yeah.
That we had like what was it, a year ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was a year ago
Good times.
in July.
We also have Paleosteno.
Hello.
Hello. And Saberspark.
Hello.
Hey.
Earthquakes are foreign concepts to the two of you, aren't they?
Earthquakes?
Yes.
I've experienced one in my life. It's back in like middle school or high school or something like that.
How
It's
big was
freaky. Enough to shake the room.
Well, yeah, that's an earthquake. It'll do that.
Was that in in Georgia?
Yep, I remember waking up and I thought it was
Wow.
the end of the world or something. I woke up, my bed was shaking, and I was like, huh?
They are very trippy when you experience your first 1, 2, 3.
We don't get them often though. So like
Yeah.
it was I ran to my window to look if there was an explosion coming my way. And I'm like, didn't see that. And I'm like, so I guess it was an earthquake. Wow, we don't get that out in the southeast really.
No, I've told this story before, but how the first big earthquake I experienced was the '94 earthquake we had here, and I knew. I didn't. It wasn't a question. I knew that there was a gorilla shaking my house.
Yeah.
And I was 22. You know,
No.
in 1994.
For the 94 earthquake.
then I regressed back to my whatever age.
You big silly.
Hi. But yeah. Sarah, do we have the food post? I want to see food posts.
Yeah.
I've been in a hungry eating mode. I'm actually
Well,
eating
she's
a
pulling-
Twix right now.
My last actual meal was breakfast.
Yours?
Yeah.
Sarah.
I ate chips when I got home.
That's not breakfast.
Well, breakfast as in I had like 2 muffins and 2 pieces of ham at Mom's house.
Okay, that's more breakfast.
Let's see. I'm trying to get
While she's
to
pulling
our
those up.
today's food posts. Let's see. Okay.
What did you have from Taco Bell, Jeffrey?
Whenever I go to Taco Bell, I just say, "Hi, do you have the box special?" And they go, "Yeah, we have 2 different ones." And I'll go, "I'll take that."
Yeah.
Just both?
Yeah. I'm like, box special
Which
sounds
one,
good.
sir? Yes.
Yes, I will have that. Nathaniel says, had some jerk chicken with a side of pigeon peas and rice. It was a bit spicy, but still rather tasty. What are pigeon peas?
What are pigeon peas? Matt, do you know?
I've never heard of them before, but I imagine they're somewhere in the post.
Oh,
Do you see anything that looks like a pigeon or a pea?
No.
unless it's the pigeon is what we think is the jerk chicken, and the jerk chicken, I don't know. Isn't jerk chicken the one that you make with like Dr. Pepper? Am I thinking of the right?
No.
Pepper.
I mean,
I think it's a
jerk
lot of
seasoning
dry
has a lot of
spices.
yeah. Jerk seasoning has a few commonalities with Dr. Pepper spices, but
I
can
don't
see it
know.
being made with Dr. Pepper.
I can't cook, so
Yeah.
is that my chair?
Yeah, that's your chair that keeps squeaking.
Why does it sound so loud? All right, Taylor.
Evening once again, semi-perfect pod crew making my popular taco pasta salad for podcast tonight, and yes, there are Dorito chips mixed in. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Nice.
Dorito chips, as they should be. I like it.
It looks good.
That's nice and creative with the Dorito chips, Taylor.
Yeah.
Good idea. Oh, here we go. We got Anime Guy 01. Says, once again, I got some cheddar stuffed burgers with butter. and toasted pretzel buns with fried and Diet Coke from McDonald's. Fried and Diet Coke.
Fries and Diet Coke.
Nope. That is not. You respect Anime Guy 01 and you read what he wrote. Fried
and Diet Coke.
French fried.
They do fry Coke at fairs.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coke syrup batter. Yes.
He says it's all delicious.
Nice.
I have news on what a pigeon pea is.
What
Okay.
is it?
It is a legume.
Ew. What does it look like?
A common.
Oh my god.
It is a common food of the Asian, African, or Latin America. It is popular or for its protein as a protein source. In the Indian subcontinent, it will often be accompanied by rice or roti, and has a status of a staple diet throughout the length and breadth of India.
Nice.
How did it get its name?
Well, the cultivation of the pigeon pea goes back at least 3,500 years. The center of origin is probably peninsular India, where
Okay.
the closest wild relatives occur in tropical deciduous woodlands.
Yeah.
Now, some archaeological finds of the pigeon pea date back to about 3,400 years ago, about 14th century BC, and they've been found at Neolithic sites in like Kalaburagi, Karnataka, and in its border areas, kind of like the Tuljapur, Gauri, Maharashtra.
Man,
Right.
Matt, I didn't know you were such a
and Orissa.
pigeon pea expert.
No,
I
yeah.
mean, what could I say? I enjoy my food. It's also in the southern Indian states, such as Kerala, where it's called Tamara Payaru.
Okay.
Yeah, so from India, it traveled to East Africa and West Africa, and then it was encountered by Europeans, where it obtained the name of Congo pea. And then by means of slave trade, it came to the American continent, probably in the 17th century. I don't really know how it's used today in the Americas, but apparently it's still big in its origin source of India.
Okay, cool. Park Life says left and right Twix bars. Which do you prefer?
I'm eating a left right now.
Oh.
Literally, this
What's-
was my food post too.
So what's the whole deal with the left and right Twix
I think
bars?
it's a way for them to try
Marketing.
and convince you to buy two.
Okay.
You can't have
Like
one.
Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. Twix left and Twix right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I missed the marketing on that. Is there a baby Twix? Like baby Mr. Peanut? I don't know.
Not
I
yet.
remember there was like a marketing campaign with Twix where they had these commercials where they went into factories like, oh shit, we made all left Twix. Like,
What?
What?
And it's involved into an industrial competition. There's a left Twix factory and a right Twix factory because they come left. And
Oh
right.
yeah, that's right. That was the commercials. They had like a left factory and a right factory. It's like even though like all Twix look the same.
Wow, Paleo.
Oh,
How could you
All
say
pretzels.
that?
It's a culinarist.
ooh, we got Sky Sprinter.
Mm-hmm.
Again with the food posts. Somebody touch my spaghetti. Sorry, I had to like really process that one. Hello, every pony,
well done.
back to show y'all my amazing brunch in the south part of the Great Korean County.
I am convinced that Sky Sprinter eats these fantastic meals every day.
Yeah.
Just every day.
I hope so. They look amazing.
Like
At least every other week.
on a Wednesday.
That shit
I'm
looks
never
good.
disappointed in what I see on these plates.
Yeah.
Some of it I don't know what it is.
Well,
Like,
those
even
are
the-
mussels.
Yeah, like
But I'd
mussels
love
I
to
know I
find
won't
out.
eat, but I'm still like, wow. It's so pretty.
Yeah. Looks good. Damn.
Hashtag. South
What's
Korea
the
again.
sandwich? I'm curious if Sky Sprinter can answer that. Like, I see there's cheese.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the chat. Maybe it's like I see a bump here. Maybe it's a meatball. Sort of. Like a.
So in the chat, Sky Sprinter is saying that they do it every week. It's their special day.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a great day for the meal like this.
Any
Maybe
day with
it's
a meal like that is a
Maybe
special
it's a
day.
spaghetti sandwich because. Or is there spaghetti on the table?
That might be the
There's
spaghetti to
touch
the...
of my spaghetti.
to the-
Oh, yeah, with the mussels. Okay. Duh. Okay.
Duh.
Awesome.
But you really got to splurge every once in a while. What's the point?
We got Norm Mermaid says, Yo, Semi-Perfect Podcast. I'm back from a trip nomming on double stuffed Oreos and drinking water out of my cute bottle that I decorated with loads of stickers. Oh, and check out my new bracelet. It had my name on it, but it rubbed off. Love and miss y'all. Hugs.
Nice. All that's left is the N and A.
Let's look at the double stuffed Oreos look good, but let's look at this water bottle. Let's assess some of these stickers.
A Little Mermaids everywhere.
Let's see the CMC.
Pinkie Pie.
Sea
a lot
Pony.
Of mermaidy stuff.
Oh, right.
Luna,
That's-
Bit of a Luna there.
Derpy.
And the letters N-O-R. What could those stand for? Nor. I don't know.
Me unto.
Me and tu. Very cool, Nora. Good to see ya.
Nice.
Do we have any more?
I think so.
Yes, we do.
God, Brett Fields forever. I already ate spaghetti with Team Andy 13, so here's me drinking some coffee during Spooky Week. It's been a stressful couple of days, so I hope you're well.
Oh,
Nice.
Love the mug.
Yeah, that's a cool mug. I want it. I got too many mugs, though.
we do have to.
There's no such thing.
That's also a very nice mask.
At my work, there's this mountain of coffee mugs that keep growing, and nobody knows where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Like it's become an infestation problem.
Yeah.
Speaking of, for all the mice people
Infestation
out there,
problems.
people that like mice,
Mm-hmm.
don't listen to this.
Mm.
Apparently, we have a mouse
Mm-hmm.
that's getting into our food.
Mm.
So, like a year and a half ago, someone stole my gum, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And apparently, it was this
Some
mouse.
walking around blowing bubbles.
Apparently, I don't know where the package went. I don't know, but yeah. So they put out a trap, which I'm like, oh no. Hopefully he's smart, and
Just
Keep
leaves.
stealing your food.
Well-
Go somewhere else.
they caught part of it.
Oh no. Tail?
I don't know what part. Like I just know that the trap was not where it was originally, so it had moved, and I guess there was blood.
Oh, poor thing.
So chances are good it's not so much of a mouse as it is a rat.
Oh, in that case, die.
It's a small distinction, but like, yeah.
Not really. Like mice are always the good guys in the movies. Rats are always the bad guys.
Yeah.
I know, but rats are so nice.
My sisters had rats.
I like the domesticated ones.
Yeah, no, my sisters had rats, for pets,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
I was like, "It's cool," but I think I would still like if I had one or the other as a pet, I would go a mouse.
My mom has rats, not for pets.
In her house,
In the garage.
your mom would like. I expect your mom
Uh-huh.
to be the kind of like woman that is like walks out in the garage and goes, "Hey, look, a rat," and grabs a shotgun and just starts going, boom, boom, boom.
No, race. Her mom's the kind of mom there'd only be one shot.
That's true for multiple rats.
Mom was a fairly good shot, as far as I can tell.
Yes, she's told me.
grew up in
She's told me multiple times. I've
East
always wondered,
Texas.
why are you hammering this in?
She grew up in
Cheryl.
East Texas. She knows how to handle a gun. I don't know if she could nowadays.
At our wedding, she turned to me and said,
No.
"Don't forget, I know how to shoot."
No.
And I was
All
like,
right,
yes,
we got
ma'am.
Ben the Hen.
But I
Still
have to
eating.
ask Sarah, when you say she has mice in the garage, is she like keeping them, or did it just exist out
They
there?
just exist, and nobody can get rid of them in their neighborhood. Like, they keep doing things to get rid of them. They leave for a while, and then they just come back.
Rats.
And the mice keep doing things to have babies.
Yeah. All right, we got Ben the Hen still eating candy corn, plus a drink, still working on the sunset cross stitch. A lot of work.
It's coming together.
It's looking good
together.
though.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Very nice.
That's cool.
All right.
All right, well, let's
And
see.
Race,
if
we
can
have
miss
a
any-
word from Sky Sprinter. The sandwich you were looking at was a baguette with melted special butter with Italian cheese with a meat of your choice.
Wow.
Oh my
Alrighty.
god.
Sounds
looks like that was
amazing.
Oh, it looks amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you
Sounds
everybody
great.
for
Here I
sharing
come.
your food posts. As mentioned, we always enjoy seeing those. So with that, I want to focus on like the good stuff. All the good stuff.
Crickets.
I know. Saberspark. What have
Yeah.
you been up to the last 2 weeks? That's been. What
Good
have you been
stuff.
up to?
So, I don't know if I was here last time. Was I? I don't know. But Lammy had a stroke, but he's
Oh.
recovering and he's doing much better. Like right now, he's on the couch with me, just chilling. And poor guy, like his vision's definitely tanked, and he's still having trouble like walking properly. But as all things considered, like he's recovering and a lot faster than I expected. And I honestly thought he was going to die, like when he had the stroke, because typically strokes are like the harbingers of death for dogs. And also, like even if he survives, I've been told things get bad pretty quickly afterwards. But he's eating, he's jumping, he's playing. He went for a walk today with me. He's doing fine, so I'll count that
Good.
blessing, and just keep my fingers crossed that he can hold his health for a bit longer. I mean, he's old. I want to get him his own driver's license, like a fake one, of course, whenever he turns 16 December. So.
He's old enough to drive now. You just give him the wheel while you're driving.
Hey, I'm gonna drink, bro. You drive.
Officer, he's my designated driver.
Your dog have a license.
Yeah, here.
All right, as you were.
No, I actually forgot how recently that was with Lammy, because the like obviously when I was like, let's talk about good things, and I'm like, oh crap,
Well, my
that's
dog had a
right.
stroke, and
Yeah.
I'll take that though. I mean, I'm just glad like he's getting spoiled like crazy right now. I mean,
I'm glad to hear you survived it.
yeah, I was scared. When it happened, like I was in the shower, got out. I looked on the bed. I thought he was fluffing up blankets, but he was on his back with his legs, all four of them in the air.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, fuck. And I sprinted over and grabbed it because I thought he was having like a sneeze fit or something. And then his body was all contorted and tight. And I was like, I felt my soul like leave my body. I honestly thought he was going to die in my arms. And then he recalibrated. Here's the weird thing, though, is like the next 24 hours, he was fine, like just fine. And then the next morning, he couldn't walk and kept falling over. And that's when I took him to the vet. And after spending what is essentially a down payment on a used car, got Lammy better, and now he's recovering. This dog is fucking expensive. Like, if anybody's like, how can we extort Saberspark for money? They can steal Lammy and be like, haha! Like, we know this dog's worth at least 6 digits. No, not 6 digits. Jesus Christ.
so there is a price in your love.
Spend on him. Yeah, right.
They replaced his hip with gold.
Whenever I make a deposit in my 401k, I just put the money right in Lammy's ass, and I'm like, my walking, talking bank.
Ew.
I just don't want to know how you get the money back when it comes time for a withdrawal.
Let's go for a walk, Lammy.
Taco night.
Beats where most people get money out of their piggy
How do
bank.
you think I pay Paleo whenever he babysits me?
Look, Saber, when I heard the pay for that job was shit, I didn't think you were serious.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, speaking of paleo, what have you been up to since the last podcast?
I got a new TV and also TV stand for this room that I like do my recording and podcasting and stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
And I like completely rearranged the room, and like I used to have a futon in here, but it was taking up so much space that I just got rid of it. So now it's much more spacious in here, and it's a nice like little it's a 43-inch TV on the stand. It's like in the corner. It's like it's just the perfect size for that corner. So it's nice. I also got a mic arm for my microphone here.
Nice.
And then but other than that, also my PlayStation account got hacked into last week.
Oh.
And
What did they do?
they bought over $400 worth of digital purchases.
Holy
Oh
shit. Wow.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
But-
bro, they're really good games. I enjoyed every single one of them.
Yeah, the games were like NBA 2K the 21, like some like UFC, like a FIFA game. Like I think the only game that they bought that I actually like was like Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. That was like the only one I'm like, oh yeah,
You're
I
like
do want
FIFA.
that.
What? Wow.
Now wait,
But-
when
yeah,
they were buying them, were they buying them for themselves? Because if they're using your account, doesn't
Yeah,
it
because
go on-
they did it to where they hacked into my account and changed the email that was attached to the account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but luckily I was able to get the account back. Because I thought I had two-factor authentication for that account, but apparently I didn't. So I was able to get that back by talking to customer support with Sony. And just today I talked to them again because they said it would take about 5 business days to get my case for the refund for all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they just today they said, oh yeah, that case was resolved yesterday, and you'll know in about like 1 or 2 business cycles with your bank of when the refund is coming. So
Wonderful.
Well,
I was
that's
hoping
a
yeah, so now I just have to wait on my bank.
that's a relief.
I can imagine they just like transfer the games back and take a look, and there's some custom character in there that perfectly matches the guy that stole them. They just
See, I
send it up
pulled
to the
a
police.
See, I bought a house recently, and what I did is I told the bank that the money that was spent was actually from like some hackers, and the bank's like, "Don't worry, we'll reimburse it." So I got all my money back, and now I have a new house. It's pretty great.
And you didn't even have to reach into Lammy's ass, so that's the best part.
Nope, I got my savings; they're just fine.
Oh, well, I'm happy to hear that, Paleo, because that's one of those like I know like I've had credit card issues in the past, but it's the bank's kind of used to dealing with those. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, because I got a notice from my bank saying like, hey, is this you? Because it doesn't seem like you.
FIFA? Paleo would
Yeah.
never buy
Because
FIFA.
also the charges came out of California too, not from North Carolina.
Oh, I wonder who
Yeah.
that could have been. Shit.
Coming up next week on Ready Player Dumb.
FIFA. Well, cool. What about
Oops.
Oh, Sarah, are we doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had another one here, Sarah. It seemed like people were like, "Oh my god."
Yes. Please try to stay calm in the chat if we forget your food post or accidentally miss it. We apologize, but please just
How dare you,
stay calm.
Sarah? You did this on purpose.
Lucy Carpenter says, hello everyone, and ACRacebest and Toodles, and also Jack's Plate and everybody. I'm having ramen chicken noodle soup, semi-perfect pod, SPP foods, and do you all heard of Nightmare Before Christmas? It's my favorite movie because Jack Skellington is my favorite character.
I haven't heard of that movie.
There's the soup.
Wait, whoa.
What?
Are you, Lucy, are you eating soup with a fork?
Yes.
So
That's
I'm gonna
That's
tell
a
you.
skill.
I'm gonna tell Lucy something
Yeah.
that's gonna change Lucy's life. There are these things called spoons, and they help a lot with soup.
No,
There's
you use
the
the
Jack
fork, get
Skellington.
the substantial stuff out of it, and then you drink it.
And then there's that Ponytown. Nice.
Nice. Very cool. I saw Sky Sprinter was saying that there was an additional thing, but we didn't see.
I feel like Sky Sprinter was trying to help Lucy. But
Oh.
I looked on Sky Sprinter's account and I didn't see anything else, but I'm not sure. Sky Sprinter, if you have another one, just let me know and I'll pull it up.
Jeez, Sarah. Whoa! Missy!
We missed Missy! Missy says, check your account and make sure that you're not overdrawn. If they get NBA 2K and FIFA, they were after card packs to third-party sellers. Also verify that they didn't add credit cards to the FIFA Ultimate Team or the NBA Purple Team thing.
I love that Missy's like, I'm gonna help you guys with some advice, but here's a super chat. Thank you so much, Missy.
This PSA was literally sponsored by Missy.
Yeah, I already like unlinked my card from the account, and also like my bank blocked the card before anything else happened. So
good. Cool.
Apparently, Sky Sprinter did have another one. I'm gonna look on the account. I'm gonna look for it. Oh, things are loading. Hold on.
It seems like.
Wait, hold on. No, get off. Okay. Hold on.
Sarah's trying so hard.
Right.
Was it under the hashtag?
I don't know.
SPP Foods.
I'm looking.
I'm just here to help.
Yeah. I'm looking. I see the first
Apparently I
one.
replied.
Oh, it's tagged to that one.
Ooh,
Oh my God! Wait.
crabs. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up.
We got crabs here.
Doink.
Dude, crabs look like freaking like robots.
Yeah. They look
Whoa.
like aliens.
Wait, what are you doing with the? Are they pets?
No, they're gonna be it.
What?
They look delicious.
Do they? Does that look appetizing, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And the prawn. And that prawn.
Yeah. Looks good.
So you look at a crab and you go.
That's why we didn't see it, because it was a reply and it didn't have the tag in there.
Oh.
We're sorry.
That looks real good.
Jeez, Sarah. Matt, have we talked about your last 2 weeks?
Not recently.
Well, let's do it.
All right, then. Well, I spent last week up at my northern office and with my girlfriend, which was nice. Was fortunate enough to have dinner with my parents last night. Business is going well, and I had a great hearing on Tuesday that, there's no such thing as a slam dunk in the legal profession. There's an old saying that, a case that's 100% victory is probably a 50-50. And a case that looks like it has 0% chance to win still has a shot.
So, never mind.
Oh yeah, no. there is no certainty in the law. But for as strong of a case as it was, I had a good feeling about it, and thankfully it resolved. So we didn't have to spend a lot of time arguing in court.
Yeah.
Matt likes arguing.
I'm sorry.
Hopefully everyone takes the opportunity to walk away and live their best lives.
Matt, I'd be honored to have you as a lawyer defending me in my pyro, addiction cases. Like, I feel like you really...
I mean, I prefer not to have to, but I appreciate that you'd like to have me along for that ride.
Have you ever seen Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
I've not, actually.
That kind of reminds me of you. You're the kind of guy, like...
Is that a good thing?
You know what? It's been so long since I've seen the movie that I don't know actually now.
It's Jimmy Stewart in
We're
Washington.
thinking happy or sad thoughts. But
No,
you
what
made
am I
the
thinking?
comparison.
I'm thinking of what's that one movie where like Santa Claus got sued and like they're like in the
Oh,
courtroom.
no, that's
Miracle on 34th Street?
That's the one.
A bit different from Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, but
How the
probably
Grinch
not.
Stole Christmas.
Mr. Smith Goes to
Matt,
Washington is still a good movie, though. I recommend
yeah, it is.
So Matt, how would you if you were suing? If you were like, what's it called? The accuser? I forget what it's called in court.
The prosecutor?
The prosecutor. Thank you. My mind forgot. If you were the prosecutor in court and you had to make Santa guilty, what would you push him on?
Well, I mean, in fairness, I've never actually seen Miracle on 34th Street, so I don't know if I'm going to come anywhere close to what the plot actually
Good,
does.
good.
Yeah, what
You
was he
you
on
have
top
a
for?
person that,
I'll
without
tell
permission,
you.
on a fairly
For Freddy
regular
Wasilla?
basis, enters a house ostensibly without permission.
Yeah.
So there's a trespassing charge right there. He understandably that cookies and milk are left out there presumably for him, but if you ask any parent after a while about whether or not Santa is real, quote unquote, you'll get mixed answers. So for those parents that do it as a performative act, those weren't really for Santa. So Santa has now stolen cookies and milk.
Shit.
Now the fact that he's getting these from each individual house, it's going to be hard pressed for anyone to argue that it's a necessity defense. He's just taking it because he can. So now that we have a person repeatedly breaking into houses, stealing the property within, I don't care that he's leaving other things. That's just his choice.
He's a deuce.
Honestly, series of breaking and entering is probably the worst you're going to get him for on Christmas.
What kind of punishment would you give him? Like 5 to 6 years?
I would make his punishment a form of community service. His job would be to try to make children happy, maybe by giving them gifts or something like that.
But this is the guy who this is the same guy who purposely breaks into houses with children. Isn't that like red flag?
Well, yeah, but after stealing all the cookies and milk, he can at least start improving their lives by maybe
give back to the community.
and not without the bribery of cookies and milk.
This is a funny skit, actually. It's like Santa Claus screwed up one night and actually hurt a kid, and then it started trending on Twitter, cancel Santa, and he's at the North Pole looking at his phone. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, 500 years I've fucking done this job, and they want to cancel me?
His people get mad at him because as he's leaving, and he goes, "A Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And there's people that are like, "How fucking dare you tell me to have a good night?" Not that that's...
Actually, that's kind of funny to think if Santa Claus got in trouble for saying Merry Christmas. I'm like, wow, way out of pocket.
Come at me, Starbucks. We got a couple super chats here. One from Matt Intman says, "Hello there, how's everyone doing tonight?" Doing good. And then Jax Blade with a couple super chats, it looks like. Jax... What?
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, there's the one. So Jax was commenting on the crab earlier. Says they're like walking armored spiders with mother effing clamps.
You know what?
That's why we eat them, to keep their numbers down.
Real fast though, I do want to say that when it comes to watching nature documentaries, I'm kind of like, wow, despite having claws, despite having armor, I see crabs get fucked up pretty often. My cephalopods, or is that how you say paleo? The octopus. They just fuck up crabs all day long. They're like, we'll just crack you open and eat you.
Well,
they got a strong beak.
Octopi are amazing.
Yeah, they're smart
and strong.
The crabs we had a discussion before. It's like crab in a bucket where they pull each other down, and it's actually a true thing where if you put them in a bunch of them in a bucket, one won't escape because the other one will grab them and hold on to them.
We're all in this.
It's like I'm fucked. You're fucked.
We also got a super chat from Sky Sprinter. Says, "Thank y'all again for the food post. Love y'all." Thank you, Sky Sprinter. Thanks for sharing. And then Jax with another super chat says, "Matt, what about the Tooth Fairy?" Oh, here we go. That crazy woman. Wait. Now Sarah clicked away. So
I'm
now
sorry.
you had to do something. There we go. That crazy woman comes in every house, ripping and stealing children's bones out. How is she allowed to keep doing what she's doing, Matt?
No, see, Jax, that is completely consensual exchange. The bone has already left the mouth, and the child places it there as an offering. It's a consent exchange. There is a contract formed there. By placing the tooth there, they are offering it to the Tooth Fairy, who reciprocates in kind with financial acumen. Now, whether there's a fair rate of exchange, that's not for the courts to decide. That a contract was formed and some form of consideration by each side was exchanged means it is a valid contract, and therefore the Tooth Fairy may continue to operate as sanctioned.
But isn't there still
Could you
breaking
imagine,
and
though,
entering?
if that's what parents told the children is the Tooth Fairy's gonna come and rip your teeth out.
Holy shit! Isn't
it's wiggling because it's scared.
I hated losing teeth. I hated it.
Yeah.
That weird sensation of it, it's kind of still in your jaw.
Yeah, it's weird. I still have dreams about it.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the wiggly part, but the part that really annoyed me was just hanging by the nerve.
Yeah.
That's when you just have to kind of pull it out.
So
That's the part I hated.
Did your parents?
I'm so glad I'm done with it.
Did your parents get creative with ways to help you rip the teeth out?
No.
Okay, mine did. So you've probably
Clearly has not left any scars.
Maybe, yeah. No, my mom was like, it's a good idea. I had a loose tooth. It was probably one of my first ones because I don't think I ever let her do this again. But she asked me, she's like, "Hey, there's two options. We could do the like they have the one where you could tie your tooth to a doorknob and then shut the door.
Yeah.
And then or the other option, which was the one I went with, she's like, or we can play horsey."
Okay.
Or you let my tooth fall out on its own.
No, that wasn't an option. So she tied up my tooth, and then I was the horse, and I guess she was the rider. And she followed.
Oh God!
She followed me around until she said, "Whoa!" and yanked. And it didn't work.
What fucking like witchcraft ritual? It didn't work. Oh God.
Yeah. I don't get, like, at what point did it become like? Is it like parents' payback where they're like, dude, I want to knock a tooth out of this child, and here's my opportunity.
Because of like the toddler years and the the baby years.
So
of, like,
done
the
with
screaming.
this kid. Oh yeah, no, it's been crazy. But yeah, I just so that's what I just remember. I eventually got to the point where I'm like, nah. Did you guys ever have your teeth fall out while you were eating something? Because that was uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
I did once, but not by the most normal of standards. I suppose that probably merits like a clarification or like follow-up. So when I was really young, I had most of my adult teeth, and that's kind of the annoying part because, I was playing around and I ended up chipping one of my front teeth on my dad's motorcycle helmet. As you do. And so it's been, bonded and all that, and it looks pretty good for anyone that's seen it. Probably no one's ever commented, so it's probably doing all right. That said, the bonding work lasts probably, 10 years on average, and then whatever they use to make it with starts to break down. And we had just finished dinner at a very nice Italian restaurant, and they had these little candies at the end, which amusingly, when you first pop them in, get very sticky for some reason. I don't know why, but it got stuck to the back of my tooth, and I just used my tongue to try and pry it off, and well, it came out, and so did the rest of the tooth.
You're disgusting.
Which was just very amusing.
Very amusing.
It was fine. I got it fixed, and it's all good now. But my parents are very hesitant if ever we go back there to let me have those. And it's fine, guys. It only happened once.
Have I ever told the story of how I almost lost a permanent tooth?
No, but you're about to.
So I am when I was younger. This was in middle school. Did the kids ever walk up and get like your pressure point behind your neck with their two fingers? Like they get like right at the base of your neck if they like kind of not pinch it hard, but like squeeze it, like your body tenses up. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No.
I'll show you at the next convention.
Oh wait! You mean like on the shoulder blade?
It's like right at the base of the neck.
On either side.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
So,
Fuck, dude, I'm having a blast in the past. I remember that shit. That sucked. People just grab you and pinch you and like make you bend your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids are cruel.
Yeah.
Let's kill them all.
School sucks. so this one guy, I had braces on at the time, and this one guy, a friend of mine, walks up and does it, and I tense up, and I tensed up so quickly that my body very actively responded, and I flung, like, not purposely, but like I tensed up, and then I swung my whole body forward, and unfortunately right in front of me was a wooden table, like the outside big wooden tables that you sit at for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I swung, and I went face first into this table, and I felt something jammed up in my mouth, and I'm like, oh shit, and I went to the orthodontist, and he's looking at this, and he goes, "Wow, you knocked your entire braces that are glued to your teeth
Yeah.
up to your gum, like to the top of my gums." And they're like, the orthodontist just straight up was like, "I don't know how you didn't lose a tooth."
Yeah.
Like, I cut it, we're talking millimeters, that I hit the brace part hard enough to actually rip it off of my tooth and shove it up my gum, and yet my tooth was fine. That was close.
Yeah, those things
Dang.
are welded on there pretty good, too.
Shit. And then I got into
Having
demolition
had them
derbies.
before.
I was like, I'm destined. No, that was, yeah. Like, I've discussed plenty of times on this show how much I don't like people getting like permanent body damage or any of that kind of stuff. And like losing a front tooth, man, that's like right up there with like I'd feel bad if that happened to somebody. And I'm like,
Sarah, this
You're
might be a bit
traumatizing
late, but we don't
people
happen to
in
have a
the chat,
spoiler
huh?
screen for like this, do we?
Good. I'm glad that you're all scared for my teeth.
Don't worry, they turned out fine.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Yeah.
Sarah's like, I wouldn't be here if he lost his tooth.
No.
I'm here for the two front ones. Cool. Well, Sarah, what have you been up to the last 2 weeks?
I flew to Texas. Not a great idea given the whole sort of situation with the pandemic,
Well,
but
please, flying is probably the safest thing you could do these days.
well, I
Yeah.
know, but
it's safer than staying
in general,
in your
going
apartment.
to another place and then coming back from that place.
Yeah, how dare you endanger me?
Oh, I was trying to be safe the whole time. I wore my mask the whole time. Me and my mom just hung out.
And did you mention why you went out?
Yeah, my friend was getting married, so she had a small like ceremony. There weren't a lot of people there. Everyone wore. I was surprised at how many people actually wore their masks because they did not require masks at their wedding. And I was like, oh, that means like literally nobody but me and my mom are gonna be wearing masks. But
No, see,
a lot of people were
courteous to each
actually
other.
wearing masks, and I was like surprised. I was like, okay, well, good. So yeah, the ceremony was great. I was happy to have been able to go and see my friend get married. She's the last of our like tight-knit friend group from like middle school through high school and beyond. It was us four girls all together all the time. So yeah, she was the last one to get married, and I'm like, I'm not gonna miss this wedding. I just gotta do it. I was planning on road tripping it and just camping where I needed to camp, but Mom was like, well, just fly. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
what was your experience flying? Because I've done it recently myself.
I flew Southwest because I know that specifically they are still not filling middle seats.
As is Alaska. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah. And then, so like flight-wise, it was fine. Except for going over El Paso, it was very, very bumpy. I didn't like that at all. And then flight back was nice because I went to the back of the plane and nobody was there. Like I had like 2 rows in front of me that were completely empty. The rows beside me were completely empty. I'm like, hell yeah.
So
Sarah, the plane's bumping. You're like, oh no, COVID! It found us.
I
shaking the plane.
no, my
Evasive
butt
maneuver.
left the seat on one of those bumps. It was crazy. That was like the most turbulence I've ever felt, and I was like, ugh.
Which worried me when she told me this because where Saber hides his money, where I hide my money.
What are you?
You had those in a dog too?
Your butt?
No, I was gonna say. Never mind. So,
Okay.
Tread lightly.
be careful. No, but Sarah does not like turbulence. Like, whenever
No.
she and I fly together, there'll be a moment where we're flying and I barely notice the turbulence, and all of a sudden she's, like, wrapped onto me.
Yeah.
And I always think, like, oh, that's really sweet, until I look at her and see these eyes just as wide, and I go, oh, she's terrified.
No, I was really like doing those
she's not having a
deep
good
breaths.
time.
Hi, Hero. I was doing those deep breaths in and out on the plane, like while the turbulence was going on. And like I saw the couple there was like a couple that I lit. I gave up my seat so they could sit next to each other. And they like looked over next to me because I just moved across the aisle, and like, I think the lady was about to ask me if I was okay, and then it happened that big bump, and everybody just like shut up. Like everybody was just so quiet. They were like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, good stuff. My last 2 weeks. So Sarah left.
Yeah.
At basically a week ago, and I buckled down really hard. I've been basically the Bronies React was the thing I'd been working on, and spent some very late nights. Yeah, was able to get it done. I kind of had this date circled because I was like, man, like I know that Pony Life is coming out on TV this coming weekend, so I was like, I think this is the opportunity. Let's get this out now. And yeah, it was. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know I had a lot of fun putting it together. Thought everybody did really great with their reactions and whatnot. You still haven't seen it, have you, Sarah? Did you even listen to anything I just said?
No.
What? I said you haven't seen the Bronies React, have you?
No, I haven't.
So she's been waiting patiently. She'll get to watch it next month. I'll make her wait. No, but yeah. So it was that was kind of just the biggest thing as far as just working on video projects. The bonus is actually still in the works right now. Given current. I'll just say current events with the election and everything. I haven't gotten near as much. I didn't get as much of it done and as fast as I thought I could get it done. I'm going to aim to finish editing it this weekend. And so hopefully I can get that out here in the next couple of days. So, yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming out. Now, Hirosashii is hanging out here. Hiro, how have you been the last 2 weeks?
I've been doing well. I don't think there's anything specifically to write home about. I'm terrified right now.
No.
It will be fine.
My stomach's
It will be
turning,
fine.
But you know, we live.
If you had to pick the highlight of your last 2 weeks, what would it be?
Jesus, that's how boring COVID is too.
Right? Did you go outside at all?
I went on. I mean, I go on a run like every third day.
Oh, nice. How far do you run?
Just like a mile.
Heck
not,
yeah.
Not anything crazy. Just to not lose my sanity.
Yeah, I did that once. It wasn't fun.
Oh, you lost your sanity? How? Yikes!
I took the bar exam.
Oh.
Oh.
That
Well, no, so literally there was so law school is 3 years long. There's 3 months of bar prep, and it used to be there was 3 days of a bar exam until they changed it down to 2. Get into that story later. But somewhere in that second or third month of just constant study. For those of those that aren't familiar with how the bar works, it's a 3-day test where in California they can test you on any several of I think 17 or 19 different subjects of law, and you just have to vomit something onto the page and hope it's right. Yeah, you know. But the trick is if you study enough and if you actually put in the time, your actual test is just like every other day of practicing, which is a great way to approach it. At the same time, when you're studying 8 to 10 hours a day with all that stress, eventually your mind just needs a break. So I happen to have an annual pass to Disneyland at that point, and I don't know, there was no conscious thought, there was no coherent thought, like, should I or shouldn't I? There was no debate. I just closed my book, stood up, got my keys, got in the car, started driving. Wasn't really sure where I was going. Ended up at Disneyland.
But you knew in your heart.
Like I knew where I was going. Like I was actively making choices, but let's see where this ends up. Walked into Disneyland and to Main Street, sat on a bench and just watched people.
Nice.
For probably a good 30 minutes.
I remember
Didn't
that
go on any
conversation.
rides. Just kind of enjoyed it. enjoyed life, enjoyed being outside, enjoyed not studying for the bar, and yeah, it was a very refreshing experience. So what? Yeah, I can't really say that I've lost my sanity, but that's like, I to this day I still can't, explain that.
I remember.
But I get what you're saying. Like after a while, you just need a break.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that because I think at one point I went to Disneyland during finals, and I was like, I don't know if I should, and you were like, you should. And I said, that's all I needed.
Follow your heart.
So yeah, sir, you have a little thing, a schedule of events, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we talked a little bit about how Bronies React recently aired. I know that was one of the things on there.
Yeah.
As mentioned, Pony Life's coming to television now. It's pretty funny, actually. One thing I didn't mention was in the comment section, where I feel like there's a bit of a balance with the Bronies React. Like, you had the people that hated it and people that enjoyed it. And of course, the people who are just like, I'm here, I'm indifferent to this.
I'm here.
I felt like the comment section, there were people who were like, okay, so everyone hated it, and I'm like, okay,
No. That's true.
but yeah, it definitely just seems like, at least from, I'd say probably 80% of the comments, it seems like a lot of people are just like, ew. So. Oh, well, I guess we'll just wait for the next thing, right? Gen 5. Coming your way. As far as the next topic, sir, you had something down that I didn't recognize.
Yeah.
What is this thing we're talking about?
Hell of a boss.
What's that?
Has Been
An
Hotel.
exceptional show.
Yeah, I know Has Been Hotel.
It's another show by the same creator, Vivzy Pop.
But I don't want a new show. I want sequels forever. I want Zootopia 4.
Which honestly, I haven't even shown you the pilot of that. But it's,
Wow, rude.
Yeah, they have announced that they're doing a season of this show, and they're doing it all on YouTube. And they did the first official episode. When did
On
that
Halloween.
get posted? On Halloween, yes. I think we missed a super chat. Oh yeah. Sorry.
We missed a super chat?
Yeah.
No!
Anime Guy 01 sent a super chat saying, in Santa movies, why do you think adults don't believe in Santa when random gifts that they did not buy appear and milk and cookies vanished? Yeah. With whole, Polar Express, it's just like,
Ultimately, it's confirmation bias. We believe what we want to see.
I guess.
When you're a kid, your imagination can put you in a different world. And then something happens when we become an adult. I don't know when it happens or how, but people do stop believing in magic, and it's a really sad thing. Which is why you should take every moment of every day to find a little magic in it. Let the magic fill your soul.
Shut up.
But honestly, I think that's probably what I would attribute it to. Like, you're not looking for it, therefore you don't make the connection.
Yeah, where they're just
I
ignorant.
like the in Nightmare Before Christmas, how what did Santa bring you? And it's some little kid pulling out a severed head or something.
Yeah, like a shrunken head.
I just appreciate that the military went after Santa with surface-to-air missiles.
Yeah, they had World War II flat guns and dun 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 dun. Look, they're firing fireworks, Zero. Ah!
Why wasn't that in the ride?
I want to see the Nightmare Before Christmas sequels, but every other religion, like the Nightmare Before Hanukkah.
There were several plagues.
The rabbi.
Oh, God.
Rabbi Jack Skellington. It's St. Patrick's Day, and Jack walks into the door for the world, then walks out with a black eye, and he's like, "We'll skip this one."
The beer was nice, though.
Yeah. What other doors? They had Thanksgiving That'd be an
Yeah,
interesting
they
one
had
for him to visit.
Thanksgiving, and they had
Pretty sure they had Valentine's Day, but
they had Valentine's Day for Heart, and then they had
Jack walks
Saint-
in.
no.
Jack walks into a room on two people having sex.
They
and
had
he's like,
Saint Patty's
"Whoa, what's this?"
they had St. Patty's Day.
oh god, Race.
What's this? There's white stuff everywhere.
Uh,
There's stuff in her hair. What's this? I can't believe my eyes. I'm dreaming like I'm Jack. This isn't fair. Fuck this. People giving blowjobs instead of giving head.
oh my gosh. well, do we want to go back to talking about Hell of a Boss?
My eyes,
Yes.
and I really want to get stuck between her thighs.
Oh no, Saberspark.
A bone.
Oh boy.
You get it because he's a skeleton.
Where's the side of me during Who's Line? Jesus.
Just hold
I'm
on
glad
to
we
it.
record these.
Oh God. What were you saying, Sarah?
Hell of a Boss.
Oh. Yeah.
Speaking of dirty sex.
Yeah,
Do we
speaking
wanna-
of going to hell.
Maybe let's do like broad strokes, not anything like super
Oh,
spoilery.
we're still talking about Valentine's Day.
No.
No.
Sarah, I think Hell of a Boss episode 1 is tight as far as like the writing, the focus of it, even
The
the
comedic
dialogue.
pacing.
Yep, it's better. It's better than the pilot. The pilot was more of like explaining things and kind of laying down the framework.
Mhm.
This one's actually giving them a mission. I want to see more. I feel
Yeah.
like there's potential here. The only downside, it kind of dawned on me today, where it's like this will be difficult because YouTube doesn't like this kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
Vivian's channel is so overwhelmingly massive with a huge following that I might just say fuck it anyway and just keep doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's limited in a way because like it's not just algorithmic favor that you
Mhm.
want, but there might be a moment where YouTube might just straight up like take the video down.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks having YouTube. But it's cool seeing them like I mean, I thought it was better than the pilot, you know? That's good. Good change. Keep going.
And it is nice to see you can still tastefully get away with more on YouTube than you can on regular cable TV or network TV.
This is true. For now.
And I
if
also appreciate that they have the voice of Zim as one of the main characters.
Yeah.
Actually, funny enough, I think that Brandon Rogers as Blitzo is the best casting they have.
Yeah. It is very good.
Also, Cosmic Trail is noting Blitzo's a brony, confirmed, and I agree.
Oh, what? Because he pulled out a pony?
Yeah, with a little cutie mark
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
What is this? Oh,
I
I can't
I'm
believe Stephen Colbert's a Brody.
I'm interested in seeing where it goes, but I felt like this episode was maybe a little too mean-spirited for me. Like it's just on
In
that
what
edge
way?
of I don't know. I just didn't.
The part about murdering a family or
No, I
demons
think
from hell.
I think they turned up Blitzo's like kind of really like intense like if you don't do the or whatever then
His
I'm just-
assholery.
his asshole. I feel like it was turned up a little bit more, and I feel like that's a little too much for me. I
interesting.
think
That's
I
fair.
might want that a little bit more dialed down, like it was in the pilot. Like just enough, but not like I don't know. I just didn't really like him in this short. I'm like, man.
No, I
fair.
get where you're coming from, and the concept as a whole is a very delicate line to walk, especially when you start getting a little more aggressive with some of the characters. Because let's face it, these are demons from hell.
Yeah.
They're being polite right now.
It'd be funny actually if it's like some World War II soldiers like this fucking. I ran into this Nazi in Argentina and he killed me. Like, I need y'all to go kill this last Nazi who's out there. I'm like, okay, let's go get him. Like,
That'd be a great episode.
The actually a show that I was thinking about is like Harley Quinn, where it's done a good job of being like edgy and dark, but also having like this like comedic tone to it where it knows it's outrageous.
Yeah.
And I kind of get the same vibes from Hell of a Boss. Like, I don't know. I need to, this is such a high order to ask from people, especially because it's independent animation. But I need to watch at least 5 episodes or something to get a good feel for it. Like I'm watching Dexter's Lab right now, and the first 5 episodes kind of give you a taste of like, okay, here's the tone, here's what's going on. But then like it hits this like nice groove later on, and it feels comfy.
Oh
So
yeah, I'm
it's like-
sure they're still feeling it out right now.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see which direction to go with this.
That said, I'm pleased to see more. I'm looking forward to it.
And
for all y'all listening, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. And if you like it, send it to all your friends.
Nathaniel,
I like it more than Hasbro.
Oh, sorry. Nathaniel in chat says you're complaining about a show that about killing is mean spirited. Well, I don't have a problem with the show in general. I'm fine with the concept.
It's Blitz is an ass.
Blitz was a little bit too much in it. I really liked his character in the first episode. I feel like they just went a little too much on the second one. I feel like he just wasn't very likable in this one, in my opinion.
We also got to
get him dialed in.
Yes. Anime Guy 01 says, "Who is best hell of a boss character, and why is it Stolas? Also, Blitzo the O is silent." Yeah.
I mean, obviously Luna.
I like Moxie the best by like a wide margin.
Yeah.
And what about him does it for you?
His dim voice, that's always nice. And I don't know,
Yeah.
the fact that he's not an outright asshole is kind of alluring, you know? I don't know. Yeah.
I wonder what he did to get there.
Yeah, I'm genuinely curious. That's the thing I'm most curious about. Is like, how did he get there particularly?
Who is Stolas?
Stolas is a thirsty owl demon.
Oh.
Yeah, the one who's loaned the book.
Parched, even.
Well, Jeffrey doesn't even know what you're talking about, Matt.
I know. He will once he sees the episode.
Yeah.
Parched. He's a parched character.
Yes.
Do you ever think that birds' beaks are weird?
Sure.
That's so interesting because I watched a Psycho with Laura, and like there's a scene where this, Hitchcock's one, and it was there's a scene where that one guy is like, I'm a taxidermist. I don't like stuffing mammals because they have emotions on their face, but birds, they just kind of look the same. You don't see joy, you don't see sorrow. They're just them. And I'm like, I never thought of it that way because birds they can't show facial emotion. Like they can squawk and maybe you can go,
their beaks don't change because.
Wait, what did Hitchcock have against birds? He even made an entire movie about them.
Yeah.
No, because there's that one. Apparently Hitchcock, like I need to read a book about him these days. He's like one of the most interesting directors out there. Well, or was, but like apparently he put a bird squawk in one of his movies. I forget which one it was. Where like people were falling asleep, so he's like, "Oh, fine. If people are falling asleep this far in the movie, I'm gonna have a bird go." And, like, wake up the audience. It's like, geez, what an asshole! I love it.
Magnificent asshole.
Apparently, okay. So I read about this where like back in the day, they actually would have like skeletons, like fake skeletons, tied to like ropes that would swing across the theater to make it a more immersive experience. But kids would start learning about it and would start like shooting like BBs at it.
I appreciate that BB guns were permitted in the theaters back then.
It's funny. People are like, all right, there's a skeleton. Get it. Let's fuck it up.
It's like Rocky Horror, the early days.
Good stuff. Now theaters are dead.
They'll come back.
Don't say that, please. No. Talking about movies and whatnot. One movie, I think most of us have seen it here. I think this one's going to require a, what do you call it, Sarah? Spoiler screen, perhaps? Has everyone here seen Over the Moon?
I haven't yet. I
really?
need to. Yeah, because I was like, I want to record a review on it like as soon as I see it. So it's just been like stressful this week. So I'm just waiting to watch it.
It was the bronies racked. It really stressed him out.
Yeah.
All right. Pikmin 3 came out. Stressful week. I watched Over the Moon, so I'm curious to see what you'll have to say about it.
Yeah. So Paley, I don't know if you want to. Anyone that hasn't
I'll go into the general, and then you can just tag me.
We'll come get you. So we're gonna put up the spoiler screen. Is it up right now?
Yeah.
Cool. As long as the spoiler screen is up, we'll be discussing Over the Moon, an animated movie on Netflix. Wait, where was this?
Netflix.
It's Netflix. Yeah.
We have Netflix?
Yes, I bought
You
it
do now.
again.
I was like,
I think I bought it just for over the moon.
cool.
And then I kept watching other stuff.
So as long as the spoiler screen's up, we'll be discussing spoilers. Once it goes down, you're safe. So if you want to keep the podcast going, you can just mute it. Once you see the screen go away, you know it's safe to come in. So
I've had Netflix for a while now because of ACRacebest.
wow, Sarah. Now you tell me.
Yeah.
So over the moon. Who wants to take the floor with this one?
Why not? Sarah, actually, go for it. 'Cause I know
Okay.
you brought it up, so let's hear
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I thought it was a very good film. Like, it's got its issues, but I think it's such a beautiful, like, visually, and I think it's got a really good message that I think kids need to hear. Just being able to talk about grief and all that stuff, and like kind of going through different kind of scenarios of grief and how people can react to it and all that stuff. I think that was really nice. And it's just again, it's a gorgeous film. Like, Glenn Keane, master animator from Disney, he directed the film, and there's a lot of talented people on that team, and they really went all out on this film, and it looks great. And
It's an actual story with depth and nuance.
Yes. There are some
Awesome.
problems with it, but I feel like they're minor enough that they don't really hurt the film that much. Because, I've seen a lot of people saying, this movie sucked, and I'm like, that's a little harsh. But
Yeah, that is harsh.
Yeah.
It's very pretty. I remember watching it and I was like, wow, you can see when there are other, okay, let's just say it what it is. Like, American animation has big time money, and Pixar and Disney, and even to an extent Blue Sky and Illumination, they look very well made. You can tell that there's a budget thrown behind. Versus international films on Netflix or Hulu or whatever, and it's they're playing catch up. So this one though is wow, I can really see the talent and how polished and well executed the visuals are. I love it. Now, there were some moments where I said this in my review, where I wish we could. I was comparing this film to Coco, where in Coco, by the way, I can hear an echo. Ever so slightly. Yeah, it's not big. I can barely hear it, so it's no big deal. But okay, in Coco, Miguel arriving to the land of the dead,
Yeah.
and his immersion there, I thought was very well done.
Yeah.
I think they missed that here, where it's we're at the moon. Okay, Wreck-It Ralph, even when you're running from different game to game, you get a little bit of immersion. Candy Kingdom, here's the candy people. Here's King Candy, this castle, and his guards, and I thought even that was pretty good immersion. Here, I feel we kind of lightly touched on it with the Moon People.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it's
basically, they arrived
a
and then they
place.
were ushered into a pop star concert.
Yeah, pop star concert to chasing a MacGuffin to back to the city.
Yeah.
And I'm it would have been nice actually if we just spent that time at the city. Let us run into Gobi in the city.
Yeah.
Let's Fei run around the city and get to see the denizens or something instead of them leaving it.
From what I understand, it derives from a Chinese myth.
Yeah, a lot of this is Chinese lore.
So yeah, develop that a bit, like you said. Explore that city.
It's interesting because there's no doubt that the Chinese, they want a piece of the action so badly on the movie industry front. They want to tell their own. For those who don't know, when Kung Fu Panda 3 came out, there was a moment where China realized, fuck, the Americans are telling better stories about China and our folklore than we are, and we need to fix this. And that's one of their big objectives. Well, obviously, they got a lot of stuff on their agenda. But
tell the proper stories.
Yeah, well, and I like this though. There's another one called Niza that came out. I need to watch that. There's another one with the Monkey King that came out. The studio that made Over the Moon has 5 other Chinese-based stories in the pipeline. So, yeah, they want to get Chinese storytelling out there. They want to compete against Disney and Pixar and the other big studios. Because for the longest time, it's been it's like American animation, cinematic, Japan, of course, and then France to a degree. Like, obviously having their own presence, at least on a critical level, and financial, fair enough. But like the rest of the world's been pretty quiet. Now, like South Korea, China, they're catching up. They want to get up there and strut their stuff. Like I watched that's a tangent. Never mind. But yeah, all in all, it's like this movie has heart. It just there's certain moments where I'm like, yeah, this feels a bit like a Disney checkbox you hit, and it wasn't truly organic. But that being said, there's a lot of talent with this studio under Glenn Keane's direction. I hope to see more.
Yeah, I enjoyed.
Also,
go on.
The last thing, by the way, sorry, I completely agree with you. Like that's good for like I cried at the end, and Laura cried at the end with the final song. That part was pretty heart wrenching about because you're right. Like it's hard to teach a kid, especially about grieving and mourning, because like Lord willing, a kid won't lose someone that early in life. But you know, even if you're a kid, or especially when you're an adult, like learning how to mourn and grieve is important because it's healthy and it helps preserve your future without having to like decimate yourself emotionally. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Race.
I was just gonna say, you know, my thoughts on the movie. I enjoyed like you guys said, the animation. It was a beautiful movie. The character design and all that I found compelling. Yeah. It was, you know, I tend to be fairly harsh on movies that use music in the same sense that Disney does. When I say harsh, I don't mean like I don't like it. I mean in the sense that I'm like, use it properly. Because there's been movies that we've all seen that
throw a song here, there.
Here's a song, and it's like, oh, I mean, okay, sure. This one, I thought that the songs worked really well. And so yeah, so like that's always kind of one thing I think I always kind of hold a bias against movies. Like I go, okay, you're gonna have to prove to me why you have a song here in these like I don't. It's not so much an active like, oh, this is important. It's more of just like I've noticed that I have that reaction to songs in these kind of movies.
Because Disney's cornered that market, and they've cornered that market for years. Years. It's part of their branding.
Yeah.
So to have other movies do that with a musical, it's like, oh, you're Disney, which is, to be fair, it's not true. It's not like Disney owns that monopoly. They've just done a very good job of like demonstrating like this is how, like during the Renaissance, they fucking killed it. Like I was watching Aladdin recently, and the Beauty and the Beast, and the Little Mermaid. I'm like, God, these are all fucking bangers. Like they're all so good.
Yeah.
Like well-paced music along with the story. Love it. And yeah, Disney just absolutely crushed it on that front. Like they owned the 90s. They just obliterated it.
Yeah, no, I
so
think...
in other movies...
Go on. Sorry, go on.
No, you go for it.
Well, I was just going to say, I feel like the ultimate, like, achievement as far as, like, the perfect movie that has music meshed with the story so well, and the music's good, obviously, is A Troll in Central Park. I mean...
I absolutely agree.
Welcome to the misery. You know what's so funny that you actually bring that up is I've been marathoning Dexter's Lab, and the guy who's the voice of the troll, what's his name?
Dom DeLuise.
Is that who it is? Dom DeLuise?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also the voice of this imaginary character called Couscous from Dexter's Lab. He's like, what? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know what blood oath that Dom Luke signed with the devil to have Dom DeLuise appear in every movie. But like, it's like a bingo chart where it's like, all right, Dom DeLuise, check it off.
Yeah.
Tiger.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, no, I think he was in at least 4 or possibly 5 Don Bluth films. He was in American Tail. He was in Troll in Central Park. He was in All Dogs Go to Heaven. He was in
Five Goes West.
that's technically not Don Bluth.
Oh,
But,
okay.
close enough.
Okay, I gotcha.
I guess that gets an honorary mention. 'cause
No, you're
it's-
right. You're right. You're right.
Dude, I really like the chemistry between him and Miss Kitty in Five Goes West. I wish there would have been more of that.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Oh, I could show you where to
You-
find more.
Dude, that was so sweet where she was like, she's out there and she's like, you're there at the on stage and your man's in the audience cheering your name, and I'm like, oh shit, she made a mistake. Like she realizes it. She left her man and she fucked up.
My baby
Like,
bugaboo.
Well, just to wrap up the Over the Moon talk, what was y'all's favorite song in the film?
I got an emotional reaction out of the last song,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like that was right after Lammy's near-death experience,
Right.
so I was incredibly emotionally receptive to it.
Mhm.
But as far as like that ping pong fight was
Mhm.
great
Yeah.
until the kids started singing. I'm like, oh.
You were just thirsting after Chang'e.
I mean,
Dude, I love her designs. I'm always a
Yeah.
fan of animated characters who've got outfit designs
Yeah.
that change throughout the film. I'm like, yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is a completely ignorant question, but is ping pong like the national sport of China?
It's one of the China loves it.
Yeah.
Cool. I love watching it at the Olympics. Like I never thought it would be an Olympic sport, and then I saw it played at the Olympics, and now I understand.
I liked the main song near the beginning of the movie.
Okay. Was it who was singing it?
I think the mom started singing it, and then the daughter picked it up. I don't remember. I don't remember the chorus of it.
Oh,
Must have been a
wait.
good song.
It was great.
It
Do
was
you
the
mean
music that spoke
the
to him.
song that mom was singing to tell her the story of Chang'e?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good little ditty.
Was that the?
But then there was Fly Away,
That wasn't
which cuts, like, she starts singing that song, and then she cuts into Fly Away, which is a
maybe
different
I think
melody.
it's Fly Away that I was thinking. Of.
Fly Away.
It just had an interest, like it was one of those movies that had, one of those songs that had an irregular, kind of like lead into the chorus every time. But I found it like more endearing than off-putting.
Yeah, that one's like probably, other than Super Spectacular or whatever the song's name is that Chang'e sings, the pop star one. I think Fly Away is the biggest like song of the film, because that's the entire montage of Fei Fei like coming to this decision that she's gonna go to the moon to find Chang'e and then make a rocket.
I am impressed
That
that
all being said.
yeah.
Go ahead, Rich.
I was just gonna say I was just very impressed. I was impressed by her ability to build a rocket ship to fly where
She
the
built
woman...
a whole lot of track with that magnetic stuff.
She built herself a rocket ship
Yeah.
to go where women's don't give no lip. She's Venus bound. You were gonna say something, Saber?
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I was just like, if only there was more knowledge about the moon from a space program from another country. Oh well.
I watched your video, and I do have some things I want to say about.
Not now, Sarah. Don't do this.
Yes, she's scientific, but also like that was a story that she grew up with her mother like telling her all the time, and I think she holds on to it so much is because like that's one of those lasting pieces of her mom, like that she remembers, that she can hold tight, is that belief of
That's why she gets.
Chang'e.
That's why she gets up like mad at people when they're like, she still believes in this.
Yeah.
No, but did she actually go to the moon? Tell me that.
Yes.
She did.
No, she crashed her plane. And she was passed out.
she died.
Oh, God. I think that's why she's so steadfast in her belief of Chang'e, because she connects so deeply with the everlasting love that Chang'e and Hou-Yi represents in with her mom and her dad. And I think that's
Hanzo shoots his little dragon ultimates.
my favorite song.
Yeah.
Was "Wonderful" by Gobi. Gobi is
Now,
great.
what
I
is
love-
Gobi?
Gobi is a pangolin.
And Sarah knew this right away. I was like, how the fuck did you know that?
Because I did a research
There are
project in
7 left.
elementary
Because Sarah's
school.
badass.
No, I did a research project in elementary school, and I was telling all the kids when it was my turn to present. I'm like, today I'm going to talk about the pangolin, and then everybody was like, "Don't you mean penguin?" And I'm like, "No, shut the fuck up. I'm going to teach y'all about pangolins."
Prepare to learn.
Yeah.
So there's a pangolin that gets a
I don't
pebble.
know if I'm saying it right. Maybe it's pangolin. I
the
don't know, but
pangolin
it's-
and the penguin.
That's what he is. Gobi is a pangolin. He's got a long, little sticky tongue. He's got spines, scales on his back. He's a pangolin.
Alrighty.
Prehensile, armadillo-like
He is.
animal. And I really liked his song, and I listened to it quite a lot.
How does it go?
No, I don't want to sing it. It make me shy.
No, I was trying to remember how his song went.
Yeah. He goes, I did my
Time, and I won't out.
Do you ever hug your scales, shake your tail, and make a light show? A dance of colors and hues. Well, I
like
do.
Kermit.
Right here before your eyes, a sweet kaleidoscope surprise. All right, that's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yay! Now,
You sing
now
well,
sing.
Sarah. Don't get
Try everything. Very good.
Got everything.
Yeah. That is the ultimate Disney song.
Try everything.
Buy everything.
All right, I think we're done. Are we done talking about over?
Any last thoughts, Saber? On the movie?
It's worth watching. It's really,
Yeah.
it's pretty.
It's a good film.
Yeah, definitely give it a shot. For sure.
All right, I'm gonna take that.
All right, so we're done with the
We're gonna
spoilers.
ping
and
the boys.
Ping der boys.
Mario and Hero.
Your
Was
mom
that
is
my phone?
trying to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
She's like,
Clearly.
Sarah, did you land? Did you tell her that you made it here safe?
Yeah.
Good.
Is she not watching the
Come
podcast?
back, please.
She's watching the podcast.
Nah.
She's like, that was great singing, Sarah. Very impressed. All right, let's see here. So with that, we can start getting into Q&A. I don't think we've done Q&A for a couple podcasts, so
Yeah.
good to do that.
Really?
If you'd like to submit a question, you can submit them on Twitter. What?
Welcome back.
Hey, hashtag SPP questions. Did you post the thing?
The what?
Not as yet.
The link so
The
people
question
know.
thing.
Here, I'll put the social media screen up.
Oh wow! It's the bottom
We
one.
have a social media screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah's
Wow.
busy.
I mean, we've had it for like months at this point.
Hashtag SPP questions. Also, as you've seen, or maybe you know, or maybe you don't know, super chats. We will prioritize, make sure we get through all of those. So we'll try to get through all of the Twitter questions, but we will definitely hit up and embellish upon the super chat questions. So, yeah. Do we
I think
have
we're gonna work our way up backwards,
up backwards?
or go from latest to, because the
Greatest.
Have people been
Unless
spamming
I've-
their questions in already?
Are you talking about from last time?
no, well, yeah, yes, because do you not see that there's a difference between?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's
Just
do
saying,
it.
we haven't gotten a lot of.
Well, that's
questions
because
in
we
right
just
now.
told everyone to send us
Okay.
questions. Now they know. All right, here. This is the perfect starter here. Santo Celine
Mhm.
wants to know: are you guys saving your nut?
No, not November. Just putting it out there. Is the addition to their tweet.
Matt, who's
We
partaking?
Oh,
Into this
saving your
on the
nut.
internet.
No nut November. Okay.
Yes. No, not November.
Who is not going
Or
into
like non-stop nut November.
He's really over degenerate, so.
Boy, can you imagine if you were allergic to nuts?
Well,
No.
a lot of people
No,
are.
I cannot.
Sarah's sitting here allergic to everything else. Going.
I mean, I had some pecans earlier in the day. Does that count?
I
too
will
late?
not be partaking in No Nut November. There are too many Novembers.
Wait, does that mean you can't like have sex with your girlfriend too? I guess that's a nut.
I
right?
mean, I
that's a
suppose
nut.
you could, as long as you don't finish.
See, I'm just honest with. I'm
That's terrible for relationships. That's a detriment to relationships.
Well, you know, you can live your own life. You don't have to follow whatever alliterative thing the month may be.
Yeah, I will.
I am not currently growing a mustache or a beard either. So.
I'm just gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be big about this. I'm gonna say no. Can't do it. Not today.
How did this become a
Not
thing?
today. Not today.
The stars are not in position.
Oh god. Shut up.
What did Jax say?
Jack sent a super chat saying high five to Sarah for allergy bloods.
Oh, you
Virtual high
allergen.
five.
Yeah.
Yeah, not being able to eat stuff. Woo. Is anyone going to partake in No Nut November? How about that, Sarah? Yeah, good,
No.
good. Pat, here.
I don't understand why
Brooke.
people would. why would you
I'm
want
gonna
to
just be real with you. What are you doing to yourself?
I'm so glad that you share the same mindset I do on this. Where I'm like, no.
You only have so much time on the planet. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. You don't have. You know, I'm not gonna give up a whole month in the year every year. No way. There. Now that we've established that we like to nut, what do we got,
Can't
Sarah?
say that legally.
I mean, there's no law against it as far as I'm aware.
No, you know nothing about law.
That may be true. That is possibly very true.
We've got,
Goodness.
I don't think there's a
And
question.
I appreciate that, Hero. Thank you.
I don't think there's a question attached to this, but Lucy posted some art saying, if you heard of the movie, SPP questions, then good. Oh, I almost finished my Nightmare Before Christmas of OC named Jessica Mummington.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Of course,
OC.
who has not heard of Nightmare Before Christmas?
Wait, let's see this Mummington.
Okay,
Such a good movie.
nice.
There it is.
That's
Dr-
cool. Cool
I
stuff.
didn't. Do people have Nightmare Before Christmas OCs?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I didn't.
I'm pretty sure that, I mean, Sora does.
Donald does.
Do you
Goofy
want
does.
Goofy does. They've got their own Nightmare Before Christmas OCs.
That's true. That is true. Spoilers to anyone that has no idea what we're talking about. Anyway, we got some more coming in here. Here we go. Question for Saberspark.
Yo.
This
From
one
Nora Mermaid.
from Nora Mermaid asking, what is your favorite drunk food?
Huh.
Food.
Besides lemons.
Whatever's in the fridge or the pantry.
Do
I
you?
mean, if I had a decision though, like, I mean, there's something very magical about like.
Hot brownies?
No, probably not while drunk. That's asking for trouble. But like, honestly, like pizza or just junk food. Like, you know, hey, like let's go to the. I'm drunk. Let's go get some dinner, and someone brings you out a big old plate of like chicken tenders and fries. Like, fuck yeah, let's go. Because that's at that point you can use really bad logic, which technically is good advice, just like in a way where it's like it's a double-edged sword, where it's like it soaks up the alcohol.
Most swords usually are.
That's true, except for like shimtiers or shimters, what are they called?
Shamtiers?
Scimitars?
Scimitars?
Yeah.
Katana.
Katana is.
This is why I said most. This is why I said most swords usually are.
I find it so fun, folks. A katana can defeat a broadsword. I'm like, fuck no. Like a katana would shatter against a broadsword.
It depends on how you use
Katana's
it.
folded over 1,000 times, Saber.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Ooh.
Very cheap
Broadsword does not
Japanese
fold.
steel.
Broadsword cut.
Of course,
Right.
Gabe owns a katana. I remember when I was hanging out with him in 2014. He's like, Oh, hold on, I'll show you something. He runs out with a katana. I'm like, of course you got a fucking katana.
Was this before or after you ambushed the pandas?
They might have been the same week, actually.
I appreciate that.
Why don't we bring the
Okay.
katana? Damn it, waste of time. Yeah, but like pizza, though. You can't go wrong with pizza. A big old cheesy slice of pizza? Yes, please.
I gotta go with. I know this is directed at you, but I gotta go with chili fries.
That sounds good, too.
Sarah, what's your favorite
Those
drunk
look like
food?
I don't get drunk, so
I've seen.
well,
Sorry, you get buzzed, don't you?
I get
Have you ever
buzzed.
gotten buzzed and then gone like I'm hungry and then just went to the kitchen and obtained food?
no, not really.
That's fair.
As someone who also gets buzzed and not drunk, I agree. Not really.
Yeah.
As
Jackson, look at
somebody,
that. Cheese
as
curds, that's good
somebody who
anytime.
reads the Holy Bible and doesn't like,
I watched Ishizoku Reviewers, which is like the complete antithesis of the Holy Bible. So no.
Jack's Blade said cheese curds.
Cheese curds are so dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Fried or regular.
I ordered one of them when we were in Milwaukee, and I was like, "Oh, these really are like that good. Like the stories hold up." And then I wanted another. And I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't eat that much cheese."
There's so much pride.
Remember when we were at Cider Fest last weekend? So much fun.
Oh, shush.
We could have had cheese curds.
Oh my god.
What are your all's thoughts on fried pickles? Race, I know your answer, but
I hate pickles. I don't like anything that's green in that shape.
This is why I like Hirosashii.
so no cucumber,
Homophobic.
no zucchini. What are your thoughts on eggplant?
I don't like it. That's purple, but
It's
still
also
a
fair,
cool,
yeah.
it's still a cool color. So
Wait, do you not eat cool colored vegetables?
correct.
Interesting.
I'm joking. No, of course.
I'm about to say, what the fuck's wrong with you?
You said that so convincingly. It was amazing. When's our next Jack's Box night? He needs it to be in on this.
It's like broccoli. What's wrong with you?
I was like, who is this person?
broccoli. Yeah, no, I dude, when Cider Fest comes back around, we can get like 6 orders of cheese curds on the first.
Oh my god! Just
Meal.
get cheese curds for the table.
Oh, I didn't say that was for the table.
Falling into the streets, having a heart attack, going, I heard this!
I made it through a
Stayed locked in
pandemic.
My house for 16 years.
Oh, man. All right. We have a question here from Spooky Universe asking, have you guys watched Gravity Falls? Is there anyone who hasn't seen Gravity Falls in this group?
I've not seen all of it, but
You've seen some.
I feel like it's worth going through in order at least once.
Yeah.
Like it's because it's a show that you could pick up. I feel like episodes wherever they land.
Yeah.
But watching it in order gives you a really good appreciation for
The
what
big
they do.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I
was
mean,
watching,
I've watched it.
Owl House recently this week.
Yeah.
And that gives me, of course, Gravity Fall vibes because, like, Alex Hirsch works on it, and Dana Terrace, who I think they date. She's the showrunner, and I think they feed off of each other's creativity. So it's, like, evident in both respective work that they influenced it. And I'm liking it. It's like Harry Potter a bit.
That's the show with the Pokemon, right?
Yes, with the
Yes,
keybone in it,
King.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Seriously.
Man, I was so confused. I was like, what the hell are you talking
The
about?
Bill Cipher Pokemon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, he is a Pokemon, basically.
I can't, like, that voice is forever associated to Bill Cipher
Yeah.
for me, so I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. That is Alex, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's him, yep.
I hope that's how he
It's
actually
pitched
talks.
up the same way.
I hope he
everything.
talks that same way in person. Let's see here. We got B Fields Forever. Britt asking, will we be seeing any of you at any of the upcoming virtual cons? Also, well, let's start there. There's 2 questions here. So, upcoming virtual conventions. I know that Ponyville Cider Fest is going to be doing their online convention this weekend. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town. I was like, no! Because if it landed last weekend, I would would have been around. Well, I would have been stressing out about getting a bronies react done, but I would have definitely made time for a panel or something. But I think a couple of us are tied up for this weekend. Is anyone doing anything for Ciderfest that I don't know?
I'm doing a panel with Jax.
Oh.
Statman Dan. He asked us to do a game panel called Definition. So me and Jax will be on that one.
Great. Okay. So there you go. So we will have some of our group's representation out there, or in there for the convention. The extension on this Brit's question is also, what is one thing, pony related or not, that you're looking forward to in 2021?
G5.
January
Nice.
1st at this rate?
I respect that answer.
Honestly, this year has been amazing and terrifying at the same time. Like, what the actual hell?
The next Ratchet and Clank should come out next year because I'm getting my PS5 next week. So
Oh shit! The
Ratchet and
PS5's
Clank
coming out
is something to
that
look forward
soon
to.
already?
Yeah, welcome to the year that literally flew by.
Yeah.
I remember when we were like, oh, it's not going to be out till then.
Well,
Which was like yesterday.
It flew and dragged. If you think
It
about
did
it,
both. It did
Like,
yeah.
both.
It just
time
yanks
is
you
relative.
and then it
Welcome to
drags
time.
you on the concrete.
It's
every once in a while.
yanking my chain.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it is November is absurd to me.
Yeah. Did you
Oh my
answer
God.
what you're looking for in 2021, Sarah?
Just taking it a day at a time. So.
She's like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. All right.
I hope so.
Me too. Just a huge one for me has to be getting conventions going again. Like
Yeah.
I need to see these guys in person. I miss everybody so much, and yeah, I can't wait to be back at conventions. And yeah, an extension of that, like Hiro said,
I'm looking forward to a vaccine that'll be out, and then we're done with this.
We'll never be done with it.
A vaccine that makes us more done with it than this.
I like
So we can
Paleo's
do things.
answer. I didn't like
Put
Matt's
the
response.
level of the common cold. We'll be fine.
Well-
Then people will go to work, cough over each other, and it'll be fine. Great.
Haley's answer was more
Hopefully,
fun.
with the vaccine, it'll become more like the flu, where they can
At
every
least
year
treat
keep
it,
making.
recognize it,
Yeah.
fix it, improve it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was, no, I'm hoping that, yeah, like with the vaccine, we're able to be like, cool, you know, it's probably going to take a little bit of time, but
Yeah.
they have a little bit of time before the convention schedule kicks back into gear, so freaking hurry.
I mean,
up.
realistically, when you think about what happened and the timeline that was responded to, the greater scientific community just rocked it in the last, 8 months?
Mhm.
They took a disease that was heretofore unknown, recognized it, diagnosed it, figured out what's going on, and are already starting the lengthy process of finding therapeutics and vaccines for it.
And our well-established government's done a fantastic job of doing its part.
Oh, no, Saber. If you want to go into politics, let's do it, but let's do it after the show. Let's keep this happy. Well,
Wait,
no, not even
why?
that.
What's wrong with
But-
politics?
Let's keep-
Xio Dying
I'm
sends a
I'm
super
talking
chat.
globally. Like the fact that we as a people have recognized this and done what we have in the time that we have.
Thanos is like, we?
I recommend going to a site that's literally, if you type in just give me some
Pornhub.
positive news.com.
Go ahead.
Shut up, Saber.
Just give me some positive news.com.
Yeah, just give me some positive news.com and it'll tell you all
name.
the things going on. with, like,
It also goes by horseblinders.gov.
Is that like horsenews.com?
No, definitely not. One of them's good. One of them's.
Remember when we were naive and we thought, oh no, horse news is going to get us? That's why-
I mean, if,
No,
anything,
but-
if anything comes out of this, we have a new perspective on what shit actually looks like.
Yeah, but no, Saber, it's like it's everything about like COVID is on this site. and like the positive direction that it's going in.
Yeah, it really is improving.
Positive direction. Everyone's testing positive.
Oh god.
Axio
Why are you
dying
the
sends a
way
super
that you
chat.
are?
Why are any of us the way that we are?
Hey all, I hope you're doing well. Just wanted to ask how you would react if I got you all a GAC at a convention sometime next year. Miss you guys.
I would play. Wait. How would I?
GAC.
I was gonna say I would play with the shit out of it, and I'm like
With
that
the shit
grammatically
out of-
sounds not right.
You would play with it.
I would play with it the shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
You would
have
make the with it.
I would have fun with GAC. I would ask
All right, how
Dinota,
about this?
why is GAC
I got a
back?
question for y'all.
Mhm.
All right, you get $10 million, but you have to give up sex for the rest of your life.
Define sex.
Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah, can I still do oral?
No.
To yourself?
You,
It says
Do you do it now?
oral sex. What?
Yeah.
Can I
So like,
talk?
no nut the rest of your life.
no, not for the rest of your life. You can't touch anything.
No.
The Bible.
No.
Wait,
Oh.
I
Oh,
can't
that's
touch,
like
how do I
completely
eat?
different. Wait, I can't touch anything?
Can I hold a fork? Can I hold a spoon? Can I eat soup with a fork?
Listen, I don't know what gets you off, bro, but you can't. As long as you keep those spoons and forks away from your junk, we're good.
Would anyone?
Knives then.
Jaxblade sent a super chat asking, "Can I bang like a glove
Sarah's
fully
shaking her head
of
right
jelly or something?"
Oh Lord.
I
We're
appreciate
really
that Jax
stretching
has
that
jumped right in on top.
Well,
of it.
age limit.
it's a glove, so it
Okay.
stretches.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, any age limit we had was lost about 20 minutes ago.
Sarah, would you?
I'd take the 10 million.
No! That sounds so bad. I knew you were gonna say you were gonna take the money. That makes me sound so bad.
No, it doesn't.
She's like sweet.
$10 million.
And I don't have to have sex with this guy. Great.
No, I'm not saying it that way.
Oh my gosh.
Sarah's gonna spend $1 million
But-
to bioengineer Judy Hopps plus.
What? Well, no. She would spend Race's money on that.
That's okay.
Well, no, they need a down
And
payment
then
of
just taunt him
$5.
with it.
I guess
No.
I'll take the 10 mil. Why not?
10 million? You have to be
Yeah.
celibate for the rest of your life. Pele,
Yeah.
would you do it? Pele,
Well,
would you do it?
No.
I'm not going to get into the distinctions here. I'm not going to lawyer this one.
All right, cool. So,
I-
Pele, would you do it?
No.
Okay. Race?
No.
Sarah said yes. Hiro
Yeah.
said yes. And I will say, tune in next week to find out my answer.
Wait, what was Matt's answer?
We're not here next week.
Matt, what's your answer?
See, like, I'm trying to Kobayashi Maru this whole
You
situation.
can't.
What did you just
Yes
tell
or
me?
no?
10 million, but I couldn't. What? So, like, again, I said I wasn't going to
You
lawyer,
couldn't
but
do
here I
any
go.
sexual.
If
sort
I
of
got
activity.
married, could I satisfy someone else?
Wow, even
No.
with the money.
You can't
or
do
without
any
it?
sort
Like,
of.
well, like if I take the money, can I still end up satisfying someone else, even if I don't take
Yeah,
pleasure
but
from that?
if you smile even 1 second, the money.
Wait, smile?
disappears.
Like, no, hang on. There's a difference between
Damn it,
celibacy,
you're really stretching
enjoying
things.
it, and
If
Well,
if
not
there's
anymore
something-
because you took the 10 million.
if there's a little twinkle in your pants, my friend, that money is gone.
oh, so you mean $10 million to remain flaccid as opposed to $10 million and yeah, no,
So-
I don't think I could do that because I don't think anyone physically could. That's like part of human nature, dude.
You're with your girl and you start to not be flaccid and she's like, Matthew, the money. You're
Hey,
right.
so I got a new outfit. What do you think? Well, my bank account just drained.
I
Maybe
can't
you should
believe
stop buying new things.
I can't believe Sarah would
Immediately.
take the money.
Can't anymore.
Don't think.
There's only one logical solution. You have to pluck your eyes out.
Well, so Jack just asked the super chat, Hero, why you Mufasa right now?
He's asking why I'm lying about taking the 10 million.
Oh, why you're lying.
Honestly, I'm not. I'd probably just take make the 10 million.
What'd you
Dude,
buy?
I've asked Sarah, like, I've had legit conversations during existential crises where I've been like, Sarah, do you think that we can have sex in heaven?
What?
It's sinning, but not at the same time. Like, what?
See
where does-
that's the logistical stuff where I'm like, this doesn't make shit. This shit doesn't make sense to me.
Like someone's lying to me.
Yeah.
What would
at
I
least,
buy?
At least Islam's got like the 72 versions. At least they're kind of hinting at it, even though it's fucked up too. Like,
I'm
it's all
pretty
fucked
sure you
up.
can have sex in heaven.
What would I buy? I would buy my friends' way to be able to come over to my house so we can hang out.
That'd be the biggest like blow your mind where it's just like the orgy pits are over here, and it's like, oh, cool.
This wasn't in
Reminded
the
me of
Bible.
the Mark Twain movie with the guy who goes to the wrong heaven
yeah,
with the aliens.
Yeah, there's like Captain. Was it Nemo?
The Adventures of Mark Twain, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Some human went to an alien heaven where it's a fucking orgy, and he's like, "Oh, this wasn't what I was expected." And then he actually went to the right heaven, which is like, hymns and boring and shushing, and like Mark Twain's like, "You go to heaven for climate, hell for company." Mark Twain's a smart ass. I love it. That motherfucker was like such an asshole. I love it.
I recently read The Jumping Frog to Calaveras County.
What you think about that?
I loved it.
Dude, Mark Twain, he's a son of a bitch.
I think it gets a bit more critical acclaim than it should, but I really appreciate the tone that it sets, and you really feel like you're listening to some dude that just won't shut the hell up. But in the best possible way. Mark Twain had a way with the word.
He did. He was brilliant.
He has a way with words.
It makes me wonder about like certain people who are just born and like. I had to say, what's that from?
And you wonder if he was like, as a riverboat captain, if these were just the stories going on in his head to maintain sanity during the long passages, or was he just gifted?
I don't know, man. I think he was brilliant. I think he was a brilliant person.
There are times I think about, it could be nice to hang up this whole law thing and go drive trains through the railroad. And then I wonder what would I think about during those long passages.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get stuck with your thoughts. That's terrifying.
I mean, if I can't be stuck with my thoughts, who am I stuck with?
Anime Guy 1 asks in a super chat, Race, will you Greg arm flail when you get on stage next year at Winnie City? Do you know what they mean?
I really hope he does, and I really hope he do.
We just started playing Night in the Woods.
Oh yeah!
Greg is our buddy.
Yeah.
I was thinking Greg Universe, and I'm like, does he?
I was thinking Greg Universe.
Greg gets very excited, and he does a very Kermit. He does a very Kermit-esque arm flail.
Heck yeah! Just I'm gonna forget. I'm probably gonna forget it. Like, people are gonna be like, "Hey, you gonna do the thing?" Yeah. But remind me.
Yeah.
And I will be happy to do it at Winnie City. Greg Armflail. Like you said, we just started playing Night in the Woods.
Already played up.
Yeah! Go subscribe.
Hadn't you played that game already, though?
I've played it. I've played it, but Jeffrey hasn't. No.
I am
really pleased to hear the return of Mae Borowski,
Jafar.
aka Sarah Meowth.
I do a bad Meowth impression as Mae's voice in that game. So.
Can you
honestly, I can't think of any better voice to have provided. It is Mae.
All right, so we have a question here. I want you to read it in your Meowth impression.
By Kabari Artfellow. Semi-perfect pod question for Toodles 3702. Have you been playing Animal Crossing lately?
Discuss.
Now answer the question in the Meowth voice.
Yes, I've been playing it quite a bit. Halloween rules. Happy Hawfest!
That was perfect, Sarah. Absolutely perfect.
Honestly, turned me on.
Well,
Too bad you took the 10 million. Damn. Oh man. Do we have any other questions we want to hit up before we call it a night?
How about that one?
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So this will be our wrap-up of the podcast, unless anyone sneaks in with some super chats. Nathaniel Foga asking, what's the strangest thing that happened to you guys this year?
I know that there's a lot of things. But, yeah. It's been a jam-packed year. I know there's a lot of strange happenings.
Well, like there's strange, and then there's strange for this year because this entire year's been strange. So the most normal thing is probably the strangest thing. But
what the fuck are you smoking?
Get on my level. It's fine. No. Oh dear.
The strangest thing
that happened to me this year.
Probably one of the strangest things this year is me having to clean out like squirrel poop out of a cabinet, like a side cabinet, a storage cabinet of an RV because squirrels broke into someone's RV, essentially. So I was doing a storage check at the place that I work at. I work at an RV park, and I walked by this one RV and I realized that one of the storage compartments on the outside of the RV was open and on the ground, like it had completely broken off. And there was a whole lot of like Lipton tea bags like spilled all over the place, and like junk and cardboard, like chewed up cardboard all over it. I'm like, oh no. This person has either squirrels or raccoons or some other sort of rodent that likes to burrow. But
only the squirrels.
I'm pretty sure
Those
it was
are mean.
just squirrels. They weren't in there, thankfully, when I went to go check on it.
They jump out. I think we have a squirrel nest right outside our window, by the way.
Yeah. But what also just kind of heightened that whole situation is I had to call the customer to let them know, hey, squirrels got into your storage compartment. And he's literally, so I'm on the phone and he's like, oh man, that's where I cut out a hole for my cat to get in and out of the RV. And I'm like, oh no. Literally the one compartment that they got into is the same one that he has got a cat door in it. And so I'm
Naturally.
like, he totally has squirrels living inside of his RV.
You should come over and check them out.
So what I had to do is because he was out of town, and I'm like, man, I don't want to like, so I kind of volunteered myself to do this, to like kind of clean up his storage compartment to kind of deter them from, not, going back. So I had to clean all that up, just a whole bunch of chew through cardboard and Lipton tea bags or whatever. And I put like a little cylinder, like patio brick, like in front of the cat door, just to make sure that they didn't go back in. Because I'm pretty sure the RV was vacated.
The squirrel's sitting there, pushed on their door, and just goes, I'm not strong enough.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way.
Dude, Sarah, this place, and frankly any place with the spirit you provide, is lucky to have you.
Yeah.
The fact that you go that extra mile is amazing.
Even
never
this
lose
place
that.
At one point threatened you with a shotgun. And
Well,
you're like, I'm here.
One of the tenants there.
I'm sorry, I haven't heard the story yet.
I thought you were there.
You were the guy with the shotgun.
I was not in the
No.
park with you. Yeah.
I thought you were there when I was. I guess
I
that did
have
also
better muscle
happen this
control
year,
than
didn't it?
It did.
So I guess, yeah, kind of low-key being threatened to be shot was also another really strange thing this year that happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard about
Oh
that.
yeah, that.
Yeah, like
Good
where he's
time.
like, I'm always sitting there with my gun. Don't you come.
I thought he
I'm
the way I heard it, he was sitting there double barrels at your face.
I'm sure maybe he started reaching for it at some point. Like he was just making
You
sure
better
that
get off
I
his
knew
porch.
that he sits there with a gun, so I don't get near his RV again.
Yeah, I was there for that one.
Yeah.
But I gotta step back, Grace. Did you just say there were squirrels building a nest outside your window?
Yeah,
I didn't
we have a
realize squirrels
tree.
nested.
We have a tree right outside of our window, so they
Do they
hang.
nest?
I was keeping an eye on one of the squirrels, and I'm like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
They'll
Is that
jump
why
on
they
our
lay their
balcony. Sometimes they jump on our window. They'll actually go onto like the
the
screen and climb up, and it's just like, oh shit, okay, there's a scroll. I think weirdest thing for me is related to the racetrack. Like, obviously, like, there's the weirdness of being stuck at home for a few months and all that, but it's weird going back to the racetrack and being the only people there except for the people racing. Like nobody in the grandstands. It's like, it's almost like living in a nightmare in a world where, like, auto racing, just like everyone said, you know what, fuck this. We're going to do something else on the weekend. And it's like basically dead, but they keep racing for some reason. Just like, that's been weird. That has been a weird experience, just being at an empty racetrack, but cars are racing on the racetrack and they're only doing it for you. That's strange.
Well, I mean, they are going the distance. They're going for speed.
They are racing and pacing and plotting the course. Yeah.
Yes. For me, I think there's been so much weird stuff, so I'm missing other things that I could have said. But for me, it was when I went up north the other week. I left just before we had gale force winds that blew one of my more substantial plants off of its stand onto the ground, shattering the pot. The local county caught on fire, massive fire, driven by those winds.
Hot.
And I found out all about this after I got off the plane at my destination, thinking, well, that's convenient. And then I came back and I missed all of it. So all of the chaos happened to where I live while I was gone. It was all fixed by the time I got back. That was strange.
Damn.
It's like nothing ever happened.
What about the rest of you guys? What is the strangest thing?
Oh, I was trying to think, and I was like, oh yeah, a tornado went through my neighborhood earlier this year.
But you live back east. Tornadoes and hurricanes are a thing of like a norm out there, aren't they?
No, tornadoes.
Yeah, but it's never been like in this neighborhood though. It's so weird.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like it's everything's like super close together. Like,
I shit my pants.
No, he said strange things, Saber. Strange things.
That was strange.
What happened?
I thought I had a fart and I shit my pants.
Oh, I hate that.
I was like, wow, like they weren't joking. Like this happens, and I penguined up the stairs and I had to...
I've been fortunate enough to avoid the full Monty. No. You're welcome. But like, yeah, I felt I thought it's a fart. I felt it's a fart, and I felt it coming on. But thankfully, I've never gone that far.
Yeah.
I'm also pleased to have broken Saber. I take pride in that. It takes a lot of work.
I can't think of anything else. I got yelled at by a Scottish guy. That was funny.
oh yeah, I remember that. I was there for that.
Yeah, Bailey and I were walking around the neighborhood, and we were walking down the road. There's no sidewalk, and like I was a bit drunk, which is very out of character of me. And like this Scottish guy pulled up, and he was like driving. It was like maybe like in his 30s. He was like, "Hey, you gotta stay out of the road. You know, you see those cars coming by. If a car hits, you're gonna lose." And I'm like, "Shut up! Like, go away!" Like,
Remember, you're in your 30s.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know what?
He was definitely older than us.
You know what though? Fuck that guy. Cause I told him, I'm like, dude, I was just telling you, Paleo, where I was like, I wish they were at sidewalks. But like, what can you do? You know, either walk on the road or walk through the tall grass and get fucking Lyme's disease. Like, no, thank you. And he was like, you do realize if the car hits you, you're gonna die. And I'm like, fucking of course. That's why I'm hoping they won't run me over, idiot. And I got so pissed off. I'm like, go back to Scotland.
Yeah, there was like a student, like a Virginia Tech student, like coming up behind him too, like honking his horn. Yeah, and I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, some like dude, bro, just laid on his horn, and the Scottish guy's like, and that's why, and he started driving off. And the cool college dude with the sunglasses like shrugging. He's like, what's this guy's fucking problem? And I'm like, I don't know. Go tail him. So.
Did he sound like an angry Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. No, honestly, I never feel bad when I make fun of Scottish people because I'm like, you're Scottish.
Racist.
Yeah. Ever was a group who's discriminated against the most. It's the Scottish, all right.
It's the Irish.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a moment. But it really is a testament to how like this year's been just boring.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, did anyone else have entries for this one? No?
Hero, give us some weird.
Nah, I don't
Okay.
have weird.
Hero sold his sexual prowess for $10 million.
That is pretty weird.
I did do that.
I wish he was the only one.
Don't worry, man. I'll still fuck you.
Thank you, Saber. We got each other's backs, literally. Well, folks, we hope.
On that note,
we hope you all had fun here on the Semi-Perfect podcast. Big thank you to our live audience. Of course, the podcasters, everyone listening on delay. We will be back in 2 weeks, November 18th, which happens to be the day after Sarah and my
A wedding anniversary.
Yeah, Sarah glanced up, so did I. We both checked and we're like, yeah, it's the 17th.
Yeah, we both have a picture thing where it's like a mirror with decorative stuff on it that has the date of our wedding. And we both like kind of
never
looked up to
forget.
it.
Yep.
you forgot.
Yep. So, we'll be back on the 18th of November. You all take care, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.
Damn pony.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.